Hey, you! I'm your nutrition coach. My name is Jackie Poole. Welcome to Happiness is a Healthier Habit. Let's get today's episode started. Hello. Welcome to today. Today is, well, guys, sometimes I don't know what to say, like to start different on the intro. So, hi, I'm glad you're here. It's been a oopsie daisy like Tuesday. I'm a little bit off and a little bit distracted, but I'm trying to center myself. So, okay, hi, welcome. I am glad you are here. Today, we are talking about cooking tools and hacks. Last week, I talked about kitchen hacks and family hacks and how to get everybody involved and how to get ready and, get you the best way to be successful in meal prepping and batching and eating healthier meals at home and all of the things. Today, I want to focus on the cooking tools and hacks that really make life a lot easier and healthier ways to, tools that you can use at the kitchen that maybe you haven't been doing, right? So thank you for being here. I want to get started, so let's go. First of all, if you're going to invest in a cookware, then I really want to make this an emphasis. Please don't buy them off, Ross or Target, or unless they are with the label like no POFAs, like all of the things. There is a movie that actually came out and I can't think of the name. Oh my God, I should know the name. But it just talks about how those types of like nonstick pans and like what they are being used with have so many chemicals that stay in your body, and they're called forever chemicals, right? And so honestly, the tip number one for today is the pan that changes. Literally, it's going to be life-changing, right? Because some of these chemicals in these pans really stick in your body forever and cause havoc, slowly but surely, just like plastics, just like anything else. You really want to make sure you get high quality cookware. For example, my mom has been using Royal Prestige for a really long time, and they are stainless cookware. When she first started using them, everybody's like, that's so expensive and that is just a waste of money and I could use that, all of the things. Guys, this is not an advertisement. I don't have anything affiliated with that, but literally I'm going to inherit those pans that my mom has. She's been having them for 20 years. That is impressive. And the company comes, and if there's like a loose screw or something, like they replace it. And so these pans are lifetime guarantee. Like those are going to be my inheritance. So I would opt in. You don't have to go as far as expensive as Royal Prestige, because I think they are some of the best quality cooking kitchen things that you could have in your kitchen, and it's definitely an investment for your health. But you can really start with other options, right? So one of the things that I would encourage you to do is maybe switch to a stainless steel pan, right? Or a cast iron, those are amazing. It just makes such a big difference. They really last a long time. I know it's very enticing to use, easier to cook, these don't stick. And there's so many brands out there. They have ceramics, I can't think of the brand. The top of my head is like Caringway, I think is one of the brands. And then this other one that my husband had found that he really wants to try. But the point is, it doesn't have to be an arm and a leg to try those, but always opting for better cookware options. Honestly, they're going to last longer. It's only going to get better with time as you use those things. So really, the top notch for me would be stainless steel. Is just another one of my favorite things. I love cooking in those. My mom has given me a couple. They are super expensive, but I wouldn't trade them for anything. They are perfect for searing and sauteing, and they really just make the quality of the food, good. And one of the favorite things that I like about stainless steel, especially this brand, the smells, like nothing gets stuck to it, right? It doesn't hold on to the flavors. Like once it's washed, it's washed. So it's non-stick. Some of it can be definitely a challenge learning how to cook in those. It's like an art form to it, so the food doesn't get stuck, but they are top-notch quality, and it's great to cook eggs and especially when you're cooking with gas. I prefer cooking with gas. So if you're a house that has gas, it is something that it truly does make a difference when you're cooking. So the number one tip today for the cooking tools that you should have in your home is throw away those really cheap non-stick pans and switch over if it's easier for you to use cast iron or stainless steel. Like that would be my number one go-to. Now, the next thing would be a good set of knives. So my husband just ordered a set of like a meat cutter knife, which looks like a butcher knife, and like a vegetable knife. And a good set of knives really do make a difference. You don't need like a whole bunch of different knives, but honestly, these have made such a big difference in how I move in the kitchen, the speed on what I do things in the kitchen. And it's really nice to have a good solid pair of knives. So I have these, we got two. We got a vegetable cutter and we have like a meat butcher cutter, and it comes with this tool to like make them sharp so they don't get dull. And so I actually cook faster these days. I prep things faster. Everything looks so neat. It just slides through the vegetables and the meat so well. So if you have some dull knives or you're in need for a new set, then I would recommend you look for something like that. Especially going back to the last episode, if you're prepping, if you're batching, like that's going to be easier than struggling to cut. Because when you have a crappy knife, like you can tell that, oh my gosh, like I need to get a new knife, or this is so dull, like I need to get rid of it. And so that would be tip number 2. Tip number 3 is going back to cutting board basics, okay? Please get rid of your plastic ones. I had to learn this. Every time you cut into those plastic boards, you are really eating those microplastics that you can't see. So honestly, I would recommend to switch to wood or ceramic. It's just going to make things a lot healthier for you when you are cutting and ingesting your foods. You know that you're not going to be eating those microplastics, because we already get inundated with those types of things in our body when you're drinking from water bottles, or it might be in some of the foods we eat. So sometimes just switching to wood boards, they last longer, they are more gentle on your knives. And so plastic can really be, they get stained, the smell stick to it, it gets in your body. And I honestly prefer just to stick to wood. I use wood, also spatulas and things to cook with. So if you can switch your spatulas and your cook boards to wood, that would be such a great addition in your kitchen. And then something that I would recommend, so we talked about the stainless steel pans, something that my mother-in-law gave me. Y'all know she is, I love her because she is my husband's mom. Let's just keep it that way. Let's keep it nice, right? I love her because she is my husband's mom. She did gift us a really nice Pampered Chef like stone. where you can cook like pizza and stuff. So honestly, that has been really nice. Instead of using like sheets and things like that, it makes it super easy to cook. And she gave us two. She gave us like a big old pan, like that's 9 by 6. It's pretty big and wide, and I do a lot of, when I do cook vegetables in the oven or things like that, I do it there. We do pizzas sometimes, like my homemade pizzas, when I do the Greek yogurt and the pizza and the rising flour, the dough. I love putting it on there. It just makes it the dough a lot more crispier. And so it's really nice to have those good quality. And I think Pampered Chef is kind of a little bit expensive too. Those were gifted to us, but I would honestly recommend to have those in your kitchen as well. They are sturdy. They last a really long time. They won't get in your food. They're really easy to clean up. It's really rare. Like I don't have to rub it with oil or anything like that. So I really do enjoy that the food doesn't get stuck to those pans. So adding those into your kitchen will also facilitate the cooking process. And then the last tool tip would be your containers. To really switch to glass storage containers. They are worth it. They are something that you need to switch because they don't stain. If you microwave your food, they don't stain like plastic. It will hold grease and smells, and it's just better when if you are heating your food up in the microwave. They actually keep the food tasting more fresh because a lot of glass containers, their lids are a little bit different, so it does seal different as opposed to plastic. And so when we prep our meals, we have different glass containers that we use for meal prepping and for storing big batches of food. So again, with the plastic, it doesn't get in your food. And even if you're not doing anything, like the chances of you getting plastic in your food is pretty high. So that is just another quick switch that you can do. And again, it doesn't have to be all of this at once. Pick something that you're more comfortable doing. For example, we've been living with my father-in-law, and he had a whole bunch of plastic, and I recently just bought the wooded ones, and I think I just got them from Target or something like that. But those are just so much better option. And so our next step is to buy ceramic cookingware, because I'm not going to go out and buy Royal Prestige, but there are brands that are working really hard for our cookingware to be healthy, to be smart, to be easier. So there are brands out there. The only one that I can think on the top of my head right now is Karen Way, but that one can be a little bit pricey. So just pick something, right? It can be your storage containers. It could be your cutting boards. It can be your spoons, whatever it is. Honestly, anything that you do will make it a much better way for you to cook and slowly make changes, right? So those are the tips for today. And again, it's just simple things that you can do here and there. It doesn't have to be all at once, right? So the bottom line here is cooking doesn't just get easier just because we do like all these, if you want to do fancy recipes or whatever. The point of upgrading is just to have a better kitchen experience, better quality of food, right? It stores our food better, right? So all of these things really add up to enjoy being in the kitchen as well, and protecting our body in so many different ways from things that shouldn't be in our body. So that was kind of the gist of it today. And I really want to thank you for tuning in. I know you'll notice the difference once you start changing some of these things. So I hope you tune in next week, and I hope you love these tips. Share them with someone who is the cooking, half of their relationship or family. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.